Liechtenstein, a tiny little country sandwiched between Switzerland and Austria, and it's one of the least visited countries in all of Europe. Most people have never heard of it.
It was 61 thousandths of the size of the US, so for the lower 48, it would take 61,000 Liechtensteins to fill up the lower 48.
It's 160 square kilometers, about 40,000 people live here, and only around 70,000 tourists visit per year. For context, Iceland gets about 2 million. But here's the thing, it is absolutely stunning. Over 400 kilometers of hiking trails packed into this very tiny space. We spent the day on one of the trails in the Alps, and honestly, it might be one of the best hikes we've ever done in Europe. This whole country is basically one long ridge of mountains, castles on hilltops, villages tucked into valleys, and yes, it is expensive. Think the Swiss prices because they use the Swiss franc, but it's also completely empty. No crowds, no lines, just mountains and trails, and this weird realization that you're in a country most people don't even know exists. Hey, I'm Chris, that's Sarah, and we can't forget Kramer, and let's just go ahead and see what Liechtenstein is all about. Welcome to Liechtenstein. We thought starting this video off with a castle.
Why not? Also, we're trying to be strategic about it and go from one end to the other. So we're gonna go south to north. So we just crossed the border from Switzerland into Liechtenstein, and we're at Burg Gutenberg. So it's Gutenberg Castle, right?
Yeah, Gutenberg Castle. The views here already are stunning. When I hear Liechtenstein, I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting mountains, but their mountains are beautiful. And they have this vineyard all around this castle, which is, it's just, I don't even know the
Idyllic,
right word.
picturesque.
So if you're looking at cities in the US, it's around the size of Washington, D.C. So
Washington, D.C. proper, not Arlington and all that too.
The entire country is about that size. So it's very, very small.
No, I don't want to discredit this country because it is small geographically. It is beautiful. It has maintained its independence for a long time. Sort of an interesting history and how it manages to do that, but Liechtenstein is its own thing. It is a member of the UN. It actually works very closely with Switzerland. They both remained neutral during the wars, so they kind of work together. In fact, Liechtenstein doesn't have its own military. It's protected by Switzerland. It's like this agreement.
Just to give you an inkling, the bridge right over here, I don't know if you can see it where I'm pointing, right over here, that's Switzerland. It's just, I mean, you could throw something over there. It's so close. And that is Switzerland too. This is Liechtenstein.
I wasn't sure Liechtenstein was going to be worth visiting for more than a few hours, I'll be honest. Even reading online, a lot of people were like, oh, it's an afternoon. And yes, it is small, but I'm actually very impressed. For being so small, it actually has some beauty of its own. I was kind of wondering if it was going to be geographically, I kind of thought it was going to be the valley between the mountains, and so the mountains on that side were going to be Austria, and this side was going to be Switzerland. In the middle, it was just the flat, which was Liechtenstein. That's what I thought. I was wrong. You can actually go up in the mountains, and it's beautiful. And real quick, in case you didn't know, every week Sarah and I send out an email. It's called Field Notes. It's kind of like our behind-the-scenes journal from the road. Plus, we send out flight deals that we'd actually text our friends, or tools we use to travel and work. We never really talk about it, and we need to start talking about it more. So if you want to join our newsletter and get flight deals or funny links or useful links, whatever it may be that we find interesting, and to keep up to date with where we're at right now and what we're doing, go ahead, scan the QR code. You'll sign up immediately, or you can click the link down below. Anyway, that's our plug. Sarah, what's going on? So we're camping at a trailhead for our hike that we're doing tomorrow. Yes, it's legally allowed. And then this fire truck showed up, and they have 2 giant water hoses spraying water. A really cool fire truck, I'll give them that. And then some other firemen went up into the woods. I really don't know what's happening, but we're being a little nosy. We're just hanging our heads out the side watching. I think it's just a drill, because a couple of them have their phones out, taking pictures. comes some more. I don't know.
For those of you who have never been to Switzerland or Liechtenstein, here in this part of the world, they put these massive cowbells on the cows. So in the States, we don't do that. Like the cows are just roaming the field, and there they are. Here, you can hear the cows coming. So you're hiking along this and you just hear the clinks of a bell. It seems like every cow has a cowbell. It makes me smile every time I hear them.
We're at altitude. We haven't been at altitude in so long, at least not consistently. We're at like 6,000 plus feet. For us who live at sea level and have been at sea level for months, this morning we were starting with a hike here in Liechtenstein. It's gorgeous. I just can't get over. Like, we're just climbing up this mountain. You can hear the cowbells in the distance, and it's just, you know, beautiful sunrise over the Alps. So we're hiking on the western side of the mountain right now. And so we look off to our left and we can see the sun against the Alps to our west, which is just so pretty. At some point the sun is gonna crest the mountains and we'll be in the sun, but for now we're enjoying the nice blue coloring, lighting, and sweating already. I love summer, but I'm like, I keep thinking like, it's gonna be cold. It's just not cold yet, so I keep dressing, anticipating like fall, even though I see on the forecast it's gonna be warm. I just have not been that smart. Anyway, let's go.
Don't wait for me. I lost my way again. I lost my job. I walked away from the life that I was leading with my friend. Please don't wait for me. I ain't coming back again. I cannot turn around from the place I'm going to where I've been.
Kramer has this nasty habit of when we start hiking, he's like, oh, I've got to go to the restroom when he's already gone before. So Sarah's had enough. After 8 years of him doing this on trails, she's tied his poop bag onto his harness, and now he has to carry his own filth instead of us carrying it up the mountain. Maybe it's inhumane, maybe it's not, but justice is served right now.
This is the first time we've ever been in the Alps. Neither of us have ever been to this part of the world before. Kind of surreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like the one thing that keeps popping up in my head today is, like, people think that our jobs, like doing YouTube and stuff, is so glamorous. And yeah, it's really fun. It really is. Like, I would not trade it for the world. But with it comes 60, 80-hour weeks regularly. We're just working around the clock, trying to make it happen. You're always hustling for brand deals. You're always trying to get that next paycheck kind of thing. But moments like this, where it's a Thursday morning, you're in Liechtenstein, hiking in the Alps, it makes it completely worth it. Now, this afternoon, we're going to have to go back, finish editing this week's video, get some admin stuff done. But right now, I wouldn't trade this for anything. It's amazing, isn't it? It's not all glamorous, but sometimes you do get these moments.
Hey, buddy.
Kramer, gross, man.
Liechtenstein is so thoughtful. They put a bench right here at the top so you can just sit and take in the view.
I have bad news for you, though. This isn't the top. This is a 6.5 mile hike, and we're only a mile in.
They're still very thoughtful. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but we're pretty high up. It's like this ridgeline trail, so you always kind of see downwards, and we're able to see the truck from here, which is nice. Sarah just pointed that out. This is an epic part of the hike. I mean, look at this. Just amazing. Liechtenstein is still blowing me away. I came in with no expectations, and maybe that's why it's blowing me away, but I am just flabbergasted by this. I will say, walking this with a dog and a camera, like it can be a lot. So normally I walk and carry this camera by the lens, but this is a little too skinny for my taste. And even though I feel confident and comfortable doing it, I'm not gonna be stupid. If you do this hike, know that you're gonna be climbing quite a bit, but it is beautiful and so worth it, and it's exciting. But I don't know if I would have brought Kramer. Not because it's difficult for him, just the terrain is a little, you just have to focus. Like, you just have to focus is all that it is. Pay attention. If you bring a dog, pay attention to your dog and the trail, and don't be sidetracked by anything else. Same with the camera. That's why Sarah just told me to stop instead of walk. All right, let's go.
So I'm a little bummed because we're gonna turn around because the hike is a little bit too gnarly for Kramer. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of loose rock for us. Like, we can handle it. I actually went a little further just to check it out. Like, we got to this one point about 1.25 miles in, and can he handle this? Can Kramer handle this? And so I went ahead a little bit, like another 1/4 mile, and I came back and I said, there's no way he's gonna be able to do it. He just turned 8. He's still in good shape, but he's never been super athletically inclined. I love him, but he's just not. So we're gonna go ahead and make the call to turn around now, but I'm really bummed because so this hike is like it's got a loop and it's got a little jut out section, so we're getting close to the end of the loop. I think the loop kind of goes over, and then you go to the, like, there's a crossway over there, and I think you go up there, and on the way back I think you hike on the eastern side of the mountain, so you'd be in the sun on the way back, and you'd be able to see, like, over to Austria. I think I've never actually done this hike, so I'm kind of bummed because I really wanted to see that, but it's okay because, I mean, for how short we've hiked, the views are incredible and it's just very rewarding. So yes, it's steep and you're altitude. So if you're like us and you're coming from sea level, just be prepared, go a little slower, bring your water, that kind of thing. But so if you've done this hike, if you're from Liechtenstein or from the area, tell us what we're missing. Like, what is on the other side of these mountains? Because, like, we're not gonna be able to go and check it out today, but maybe we'll come back one day. So tell us, like, it's probably worth going over there, but tell us what we're missing.
Shadowlands and forgotten paths, you will find a road. Like an owl, you must fly in moonlight with an open eye and use your instinct as your guide to navigate the way that lays before you. You were born to take the greatest flight. Like a serpent and a dove, you will have wisdom born of love and carry visions from above into the places no man dares to follow. Every hollow in the dark of night, waiting for the light. Take the flame tonight, 'cause child, the time
You did a good job holding this the whole way. Good boy.
So relaxed. Little hike, sitting in the sunshine. I'm gonna guess that just about every house and business in this country has a view. I mean, probably not really, because there are definitely houses and stuff that are in the flat valley area, but so much of the country is built up on the side of the mountain, and it's hard to imagine not having a view, and all the views are just incredible. So we're sitting at this patio on the way down from the mountain. I read that this place has world famous apple pie, and it is apple season since it's mid-September, and apple pie is also Chris's favorite dessert, and his birthday is coming up. So just a lot of reasons why I think we should try the apple pie. Also, do you really need that many excuses to try apple pie? But theirs is apparently famous. It's an old recipe, family recipe that's, I think it's from the 1800s. This restaurant's been around for years, and they hold on to it as a secret recipe. So we're gonna put it to the test.
Tara knows the way to my heart and to get me onto a hiking trail is apple pie. So we're starting this off with coffee.
Because it was an early wake-up call for us this morning. It's an early wake-up call, but it took us a long time to actually get out of the truck onto the trail. We're slow this morning, weren't we? So this apple pie has very finely cut apple. So it's like layers of very skinny little pieces of apple. And it's got this nice homemade crust, a little bit of powdered sugar, and then homemade cream next to it. And they put a couple blueberries and a sprig of mint next to it. That was just a mouthful of cream, but that's good cream. Okay, let's give this a try. Pretty good. That's really good. That I can taste the apples so much better than I can in other apple pies. You know, some apple pies you get, it's almost swimming in syrup. This, it's more of like it's been caramelized, it's really warm, and it is sweetened, but apples are naturally sweetened. I feel like I'm tasting that more than I am like a bunch of sugar. So I'm a fan. This is pretty good. Let's get a little cream in there too. Or a lot of cream. Okay. It's feeling like fall now. I hate when we have to do this in videos because it's so anticlimactic, where we go to do something and then we can't because it's closed or it's booked up or something. And this is one of those instances, but we have to mention it because it's so famous, and that is you can go and visit the Prince of Liechtenstein's personal cellar. So they have a small winery right here in Liechtenstein, and you can go on a tour, you can go and buy some wine. It's very rare. Liechtenstein wine is very rare, so a lot of people like to come buy a bottle and then take it home or send it to friends. But we got here and it's closed. I think it's closed for a private event right now. But we called them an hour ago and asked if dogs were allowed on the premises because we were going to come down, and they said, oh yeah, of course. No one told us that they were closed. So, sort of threw us off. I should have taken a cue when we started to pull into the parking lot, and there were two cones, like little cones, blocking the way. Oh, they're coming for us. Gotta go. Bye. All right, that is all for Liechtenstein. I think for a small country, it really does have a lot. I was incredibly impressed by just the natural beauty of the place. We are ending at the northernmost point of the country. Actually, I'm pretty sure this swing is like 100 feet over the border into Austria. But we're gonna go ahead and say it's Liechtenstein, just because it's a nice place to close out the video. But until next time, see ya.